So I answer and then I stick it in there? Thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.
The way that the guy looks in the comic books and then the costume, you know, it's just so, it's such a strong presence that I feel like sometimes all you gotta do is just stare. You do, you know, a Zoolander stare and then you're good.
Can we see your blue steel? There you go.
So happy Anthony Mackie's not here. I really am. I know he's coming, and please just don't make any noise when he comes out.
Man, that thing was with me for at least 2 weeks. Yeah, so every time I was, every time I was at the gym, like going to the steam room, I had to wrap the towel like up to like my chest. So I wasn't that weird. So I wasn't that guy. I remember reading this book called Still Life with a Woodpecker. It was really great. For all of you thinking about that title, don't.
She snorted.
It's a fun book. Fun things.
I'm in Civil War. That's all I got.
I had this thing that, for some reason, like Lance really didn't want his lips to be chapped. So he would, he was like an over heavy like chap user, if you will. Stick my hand in it. Why don't you? Yes, you. That's right. Why don't you come up here and stick your hand in it? I'm gonna ask you a question when you're up here, and then you're gonna stick your hand in it, and that way we'll know if you say the truth. Come on. Yeah. You guys are gonna have to think of a question. Let's go. Let's really make this show happen. Until you get here, I'm gonna take one more question. Go for it.
Who is the superior Chris?
I love this question because they're all superior. Chris Pine. He's next. Who's the superior Chris? Here, I'll count them off. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris. Yeah, you could do it. No, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. It's just my hand. Chris Pratt. I guess that's the truth. No. This is yours. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frankie, and I was just wondering, what's the weirdest thing that you, that's happened to you on set?
My pants have fallen down a few times. It's definitely kind of a weird thing to go through when you're trying to be a badass. Weirdest thing. I've definitely landed some of the punches and been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But we do that all the time, it just happens. I don't know, in the first movie I went through a wall, like that whole train sequence before he falls off, like there was one time where I'm dodging bullets or whatever and I threw myself into the wall and I was very into it and I just went right through it. Accidents like that happen to me a lot.
Have you seen Civil War yet?
I have.
And
yeah, I have.
I'm going to tell you, every person I've spoken to that has seen it has just been raving, saying how awesome it is. Did you walk out of the theater like, oh yes?
Well, I wasn't in a theater. I was in an office, and I mean, I sat there, and basically, there was a bowl of candy and fruit and gum in front of me, and then there were a bunch of sparkling waters, and I basically sat on the edge of my couch the whole time like this, and I just ate through that entire bowl of candy as I was like overly stimulated with this movie, which is I think I'm so proud to be in it because everybody is fucking awesome in it. Everyone is fucking fantastic, and there, you know, it's just I walked out of it speechless, really. And I've worked on the movie, and I was there, and I was, you know, but I walked out of there, and I had back pains. I mean, I was like, it was amazing. It's going to be a great experience.
Yeah.
If I was to face an obstacle like Doctor Strange, how would I get past it? I probably wouldn't. All right. Yeah. Doctor Strange can turn back time. I can't. This is unfortunate.
So can Cher.
I just listened to the song by Cher. You know, for me, just because I wanted to be an astronaut, obviously, at some point when I was a kid, but they really are superheroes. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, you know, the astronaut that we had, his name was Hopper, and the guy had like veins protruding out of his forearms, you know, this big watch and this amazing haircut, cheekbones, and I was like, yeah, of course they're gonna send you to space. Who else? Perfect. Buzz Lightyear, so it was really inspiring, honored to be there.
You have a little something in your So
I was too, I couldn't, you know, hold the thing.
It would have scared me.
I haven't laughed as hard at a scene in a while as the sex scene from this movie. I mean, I was absolutely like howling, like it's so well done and so choreographed. You know, like when how was that on the page versus the way it actually was filmed?
I mean, it probably is what shooting porn would be like if you think about it. I mean, I was definitely there, sort of going like, Brian, the camera angle that you have right now. I mean, I'm not sure which, you know, where that's shooting, but how am I positioned in the shot? You know, do I need to do a couple push-ups or anything else? You know, but it was very funny because it was, I think, my third day on the set.
Get out.
And I was like, okay, great, we're gonna jump right in. You know, I'm gonna get it out of the way and finish it now. And 8 a.m. we're standing around with like, you know, steam and cups of coffee, kind of looking around, going like, all right, so how are we going to make the most epic gymnastic sex scene ever? Got to know the crew pretty well after that.
I actually had to read comic books when I was growing up because I was a communist. And I'm not kryptonite fun. I am fun! She's like so interested in this character because he's in Civil War, and so I was always like, where's Paul Bettany? And someone would tell me, like, he's like, dude, he hasn't been out of his trailer in over a week. The guy is still getting his makeup done.
Hello from Siberia. And
Siberia? I was there. The Civil War.
do you like America better than?
Holly, the answer to that question is yes.
Мы тебя очень любим. It is in Russian. We love you very much. And my question.
Sometimes when I hear those Russian words, a little bead of sweat. I did have a red star at one point. I love you too.
Thank you.
If you're given the answer in Romanian, that's the end of Civil War, I'm gonna be really mad.
Bine îmi pare și mulțumesc că ați venit. Eu n-am mai fost în România din 2003, dar trebuie să mă întorc, cred că mă gândeam vara asta.
Putem să mergem împreună?
Și Civil War o să fie un film nemaipomenit.